Hi, everybody. Welcome back. My name's Stephanie Valdivia, and this is the Meriam Minute. We are in the second floor podcast studio, and I'm here with my two friends. Please introduce yourselves for me, ladies.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina. I'm the interlibrary loan borrowing specialist down at Circulation. You can see me throughout the week working down at my desk at the Circ area.
And I'm Karen Wagner, and I also work in circulation and interlibrary lending.
Awesome. I have to admit, I was really nervous for this conversation because I have an overdue book.
Oh, that's okay. We're not mad. It's not that big a deal.
Okay. I had a lot of anxiety about that.
You are not alone. There's plenty of other people that will contact us in a panic. My book is a couple days overdue. It's not the end of the world as long as you intend to give it back to us.
Yes, my book was due Monday and today is Friday, so I promised to return it. I'm still reading it.
It's okay. You can also reach out to us. It does say that there is no renewals on your books, but if you reach out to us, we can usually contact the lending library to see what we can do or get another copy for you if you need it for longer.
Okay. So, for someone who's unfamiliar with interlibrary loan, can you explain it in a nutshell?
Interlibrary loan is a service that's provided by the library where you can request anything that you want from any library in the world, and it's pretty much free to you.
Rad. Okay, so what's one of the most surprising or memorable things that you've ever borrowed or loaned?
Oh, I have one. So not that long ago, we got a request, and we get requests for books all the time that come through that fail within what we call a Rapido network, which means that the libraries that we have connected to our initial wave of automated lending fulfillment couldn't give it to us or were unwilling to share. So the request came to me for mediation. I sent it to a couple libraries in California because I would prefer not to spend a bunch of money on shipping, and they all kept getting rejected. That's not incredibly uncommon. Sometimes libraries are closed, sometimes items are in non-circulating collections. There's a lot of different reasons why a book request would fail.
Reasonable.
The thing that was weird, though, was that when I sent the request out for this book about California caves, I sent it again to a couple different libraries. And then every single circulation staff member received like a cease and desist email saying, if you would like to attempt to borrow this item, you must take on all liabilities for the sensitive document information held within this text. You need to sign all of these papers and confirm that you're willing to take on the risk of sharing this information with the public. And it's because California has a very interesting rule about the information on locations of caves within the state for safety reasons. They don't want people exploring caves and then getting lost or stranded. And so that text couldn't be circulated within California. But fun fact, the other states in our United States are not so restrictive, and we just had to ask it from another state or the library, and they sent it no problem.
That's really cool. I'm glad there's like a loophole and there's so many places to borrow from.
We get things from all around the world.
Rad. Okay. And what's a common misconception that people have about interlibrary loan?
When you're making requests through interlibrary loan, you can make a chapter request, and oftentimes those chapters are filled just within our resources. Here, if we don't have them, then they get sent out to other libraries.
Okay. What about you, Tina?
I would say one of the common misconceptions that I see from the requests that come through is that when you're hitting that chapter request, you can get a digitization of the entire text. And because, unfortunately, with copyright restrictions, you can only get a certain amount of a published work digitized.
We talked about copyright last week, for sure.
Definitely.
There's lots of rules.
There is a lot of restrictions, and we are sort of tied with what we can get. So we can't get a full digitization of a book or all of an ebook sent to us. You have to make a request for just one chapter at a time and up to 2 requests for any one physical text. And unfortunately, it does come down to copyright rules.
Okay. I wonder, is there anything else about borrowing?
I think when you check out books from the library, we have 3 places you can return them. We have an outside drop-off out by student services, and then we have one on the corner of our building, or you can come to circulation. When you're picking up your book, you can request that it be delivered to the lockers outside of the library, and you'll get a code from our locker system to go pick up your book
Rad.
or at the circulation.
And that's not
Okay.
just for interlibrary, or that's not just for our physical holding. So our books can be put in the lockers, other people's books can be put in the lockers.
Cool. Okay, that's awesome. So let us know, are there any exciting changes coming to resource sharing in the near future?
We are working on creating a new pod where we'll be able to share and borrow our electronic book collection.
Ooh, that's very exciting.
So our previous statement that we are not able to get a full digitized copy of the works will no longer be the case for certain items. We are working with our acquisitions department in order to get a better understanding of what licensing allows us to share. And then once we can figure out what participating items we have, we can join the pod and have them send us ebooks, whole digitized books to be shared. So
That is stellar news. I'm so happy. Anything else coming down the pipe?
there is another feature that we are testing right now that is a way of making interlibrary loan requests. So right now there's several different ways that you can make an interlibrary loan request. You can be searching records in our catalog and then submitting requests through that record. You can do our blank form. Always make sure that you fill it out as much as possible for the best success. But also you can now, with this new feature, request things if you're using Amazon. So if you are searching for an Amazon book, there is a little browser add-on that you can download, and then it will allow you to populate an interlibrary loan request that'll go into our database or into our system and populate all of the fields that you need to. So you're not filling in all of the, ISBN, all of the title, author, that kind of stuff in the blank form. It just auto-populates for you if you're an Amazon book browser.
Very cool. Okay, so to wrap up, do not pay for articles on the internet. These ladies can help you get books, articles, and resources to support your research needs. A lot of the requests that you make are fulfilled internally by our staff. You can order nearly anything, but not everything. And
Most.
ebook sharing is on the horizon. So it will be coming, and we will let you know when it happens. If you have follow-up questions about interlibrary loan, or if you have anxiety about your overdue interlibrary loan books, please ask these two ladies. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate all the work that you do.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you in the library. Bye.